Alrighty, we're going to come off of this GFI and put an outlet down here a little bit lower because the cord on the gas stove doesn't reach. And we're using some outlets here, and it's nice to see they're made here in the country I was born in. Alrighty. So first we'll take the cover off our GFI here. And we're going to take this GFI out because we don't really need it because it's more than 6 feet from the sink. And we'll save it for an outlet that's within 6 feet of the sink. Before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe. If you enjoyed this content, let's get it on. Well, the wires are very short behind here, so we're going to have to go out in the hall and shut the breaker off. Come here, boss. Calico. Come here. I love you. Yeah, come here. Yeah, come here.
Lola is her name.
I love this Calico. She's pretty. Touch noses. Touch noses. Calico. Touch noses. You're a pretty cat.
She's just wondering what everything's going on.
Yeah, I'll put you down here.
She is a good cat.
Yes, I love her.
She is a lover.
Yeah, she is a very nice kitty. So we'll unhook this GFI here.
Alright, get rid of some of these fucking animals.
Okay, so we'll take our wiremold box off here. Okay, we cut our wire mold already. Use the hacksaw. Okay, this end is the factory end. This is an end that I cut. So I'm going to go around with my flathead screwdriver and get all these little sharp burrs out of here. We're going to use a right angle piece to go around the corner here. Okay, so we put this into this like this. Goes in there like that. This goes into the bottom of the wire mold. I'll put it on this one right here. And I'll just tap it up in here. We'll get it nice and straight. Okay, so we'll get a screw in here. This went up in a little bit when I was tapping it in, but I gotta pull it out. Let's have to start the right up into the wiremold box. We'll put our right angle piece on here like this again. And we'll get it straight so it's nice on the wall here.
I've seen this.
Okay, now we'll take our second piece that's going to go over to our box here. We'll use our flathead screwdriver. We'll get all our burrs out.
Fell asleep making a sandwich.
Okay, so I'll make sure all our sharp little burrs are out of here.
Oh, shoot.
You think?
I'll make sure I get it out of the corners here too. Okay, we'll set this piece in here like this. We'll get our wiremold box. You get it and do like this, and just tap it in. And now we'll screw our box onto the wall here. Get it nice and straight here.
I'll take a little bit of money that I have and take it. I can't take, this won't fit in the
One of them would take like one fucking lunch.
Okay, we got our box screwed on the wall here. We have to install a green screw to bond our ground wire to the box. Calico, I love you. You're a very pretty cat. You are very, very pretty. I do love calicos. Okay, so here in the country I was born in, our green wire is the ground, our white is the neutral, and our black is live. In this case, there are instances where the white wire could be live, and that would be a switch loop or a 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. So we bring our wires up here like this.
that's cool.
And we're going to go over to our outlet. The underpiece came over a little bit, so I'm just taking that back over the box. There were arms. You gotta make sure you don't cut your wires putting it in. Okay, I'm going to use the side of my screwdriver to just prop these wires up so they stay in this track when I put this cover back on here. And this is our cover. It just goes over top like this here. Just taps in like that.
Yes, make a hole to put the new.
So open up our little tab on the box. We're going to come through our wire mold. There's two sizes. This is the smaller size. Okay, so we have to bond our ground wire to the box. So I will score it here with our number 12 hole, and I'll come up here, I'll score it with our number 12 hole. And we'll get it around our green screw here. Make sure none of the insulation gets caught under the screw head here. Close our loop the direction our screw turns. Tighten our ground screw up. Alrighty. Cut our wires through all the same length. We'll strip our wires with our number 12 hole. I'll take about an inch off so we get a nice wrap around our screws. Another thing I enjoy doing is looking for stuff and not being able to find it. It's a challenge, it's not a problem. Okay, so we'll screw our box back on here. Just let them lay, I don't care about them, I'll pick them up when I need them. So I'll close the screws we're not going to use. Okay, so here in the country I was born in, our outlets are polarized. You'll see a black wire that goes on the brass screw, which is the narrow slot. You'll see a white wire that goes to the silver screw with the wider slot, and the green or the bare wire goes on the green screw. That's the ground.
Oh, look at this. Hold it.
Dude, you missing something.
Tired?
Yeah. Here, this one is it.
Oh,
Make sure it's nice and tight. We'll take our white wire, we put it on the silver screw here.
That don't want nothing to do with
And make sure our wires aren't pinched, because I can feel them sliding back and forth, so they're not pinched. Okay, so we'll put our wire on the silver screw here.
Oh, look at the door, hon.
What the fuck? That's some ghetto shit right there.
Yeah, you ain't.
Make sure our copper is under the screw head all the
You
way.
don't hear that?
You've got to hear it. You pay to hear it. I've done that.
And see how the loop was a little bit too big, so I'm going to loosen the screw up. I'm going to open it up here. And I'll just clip a little bit off of this loop here.
I'd have been down to do it. I've seen that.
There we go. Now we'll close our loop again.
Oh, no. Look at
Close with the direction our screw turns here.
That ain't gonna end well.
Make sure it's nice and tight. It looks like that there. That's what we want. We'll bring it around. We'll get our black wire on the brass color screw here.
rope.
It's a little longer, so I'll cut it a little off. Make our loop the direction our screw turns.
Of course, Lois got to be nosy Rosie.
Close our loop the direction our screw turns.
Alright, go to something else.
Make sure it's nice and tight. Make sure our insulation's not caught under our screw head there. That's what I like about this tester here. I like the little flashlight. I can see our insulation's not caught under the screw head. Now we can fold our wires into our box here. We'll push them in like this. We'll go back. I'll go up and down with our black and white like this. And we'll keep our ground wire up here. And make sure we don't pinch our wires putting them in against the box and create a short.
Oh, this ain't good. Look.
And what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure the screw is not going to hit our wires. I held it up here, it's not going to hit our wires. I'm going to shape our white wire so it folds in better. There we go. We got our wires folded so they're not going to pinch on anything.
Oh my God, you're killing me. No, I don't like My bosom. I'm washing it. So I can't take nothing out.
And we'll screw our outlet down so it's in the middle here. Centered it on the box. It comes out nice and flat and neat. One. Two. Now I'm going to take my trusty light again here. I'm just going to make sure our screws aren't hitting the wires. And they're not, so we are good. And I brought a cover up here. But unfortunately I can't find it. But you know what? I'm not going to upset. I'm not going to carry on. I'm just going to put it on when I get it. That's all. Just do it when you can. Okay, so now we have to hook up here into the power. Okay, so now we'll get ready to hook our wires up into our box here. We'll start with our ground wires here. So we'll start with our ground wires here. They're crimp sleeved and bonded to the box in the back here. Okay, we have enough room to put a green screw up here. So we'll put one right in here like this.
Old age, honey. I did read just read. You're not even into your 50s yet. No. You'll be 50. You'll be 50.
Okay, so we'll score here. And we'll score here. Oh, got our So we'll bring our ground wire around our green screw here. Gotta take a little more off.
I'd love to see. Whoa!
Okay, so we get our ground wire around our green screw here. We'll close our loop, make sure none of our insulation is caught under the screw head here. We'll tighten it up here. And we'll bring our
Dog shit.
okay, so we get our wires lined up so perfectly even here like this. Take our wire nut, we'll make sure it grabs both of them here. And we'll push it back into our box where we want it. Get back out of our way. And we'll get our white wires here, we'll get them together. That one's short and this one's a little longer here. Okay, so we'll get our 2 wires started here. Get our insulation. Get the insulation even at the bottom like that there. We'll start our twist. Get our 3rd one in. Get the insulation even at the bottom like this here. Twist it so it goes in nice and even here. Now I see my shortest wire, so I will cut them so they're even with the shortest one. And we'll put our wire nut on. And I see our insulation is going up into the bottom of our wire nut where we want it to. Okay. I'll give it another turn with the wires here, make sure it's good and tight. Okay, now we'll get our black wires here. The insulation even at the bottom here. And we'll get our 3rd one. Push our wires back into our box. Okay, we'll get our insulation even on the bottom here with the other wires. Get the insulation even down here in the bottom. Twist it so it goes in evenly. Hey, they all came out. Well, this one just slightly off here a little bit. I'll clip it there. Now they're perfectly even there. We'll stick our wire nut on, make sure insulation is going up into the bottom of the wire nut.
I didn't even mind staying overtime. And they gave it to me. They gave me all the overtime I wanted.
Make sure it's nice and tight. And we can push our wires back into our box like this here. Make sure our wires aren't pulled up really hard against that there, because that's kind of a sharp edge there. There, okay. We don't have anything stressed against that sharp edge, and now we're ready to put our okay, we'll break our little bottom tabby out here to go over the wire mold. This just goes on here like this. And we'll put our so this is just acting as a junction box now.
I don't play with that shit. I mean, I didn't like what they did to me, but they taught me good. You know?
Yeah, make sure we're in our track on both sides.
Maybe 5 rooms. Every room has 2 beds, 2 double beds. They take a change it. You have to change it.
And this box, we just stick a blank cover on here. Gotta find my screws.
the end of the bed, they have months, like, say, September to December.
Maybe it's not going to
Gotta
hit the
flip
wires.
it
I'll
in
put
December.
one, this long one in the top because I know it's not going to hit anything here.
Yeah, flip, they had to come and get somebody to help. One of the other workers or somebody at the desk with me. And we flipped it. And I didn't care if they were my direction. If you do something wrong, you can correct it.
And we'll put a shorter one on the bottom. It's a screw that I cut.
I wish I would have stuck it out though. I probably would have been a man.
Well, I'll just try cutting it then. Hopefully it'll go in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're not going to get upset. We're not going to carry on. But fortunately it went in. Okay, now we'll just stick our cover on our outlet. We'll make sure we're not track on both sides of this box here. We'll stick our cover on. And that is how to install wire mold, adding another outlet here in the country I was born in, turning one into a junction box. Peace. Thanks for watching.